I was walking around a little Irish village one rainy, cold January some years ago, and the village of Rostrevor in County Down, and I came upon a statue or a monument which looked identical to the Washington Monument but smaller, and I thought, well, there's a boring-looking monument, but I'll see what it's about anyway. And as I approached the monument, things got kind of weird. There's certain things you're expecting to see or not see in a little Irish village, and a picture of the White House on fire was just not one of those things I was expecting to see. It was like a really small Irish village where very proper, church-going types, and, it's just not what I was looking, it just came out of nowhere. So I thought, this is very interesting, and checked it out a little closer and discovered that, in fact, it was a picture of the White House being properly displayed in flames. But the reason it was there was because the guy who burnt down or ordered his troops to burn down the White House and the Congress and the Supreme Court in August 1814 was from this town. And so I went back to my friend Tommy's place and asked him if he knew about this General Ross, and he said yes, he did know about Ross, and he had been asked to write a song about him, but he couldn't think of anything nice to say about this wealthy British Protestant general who stole his town from him and his people 300 years earlier. And so he politely declined, in the name of the peace process, to write a song about this guy. But I thought, well, I have an angle on this, at least. At least he did something useful in his life. It was only one day. Robert Ross was from Rostrevor. He was born in County Down. His family was given land there by the British Crown. He was a man born of the gentry, born with wealth and fame, but he joined the British Army to serve as Queen and make his name. In the Napoleonic Wars, he fought in many lands, in Holland and in Spain, and the far-off Egyptian sands. He was wounded there in battle, came back to fight another day, and he was sent off to attack the USA. York had been sacked and burned by invading Yankee men, but the Canadians regrouped, chased the Yankees home, and then the British Navy made its way to the shores of D.C. town, where General Ross burned the White House down. The year was 1814, the U.S. was in retreat. It was a Canadian victory, an American defeat. When out the French to help them, they got their ass whipped by the crowd when General Ross burned the White House down. The place had just been constructed only 12 years before, but it had to be rebuilt soon after this disastrous war. The president turned tail and ran like a raggedy clown when General Ross burned the White House down. He was killed a few months later. Irish rebels stopped him in his tracks. He was buried in Nova Scotia, in the town of Halifax. He might have been forgotten, but he'll forever be renowned. He's the man who burned the White House down.